Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course, Brandon Wenzel. Coming back at you, another offering off my sampler platter. Yes, hey, folks, I'm putting videos, series videos I do for the one. I'll go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, and folks, I'm going to talk about stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that at the time I'm doing this, folks, this drink doesn't seem that appropriate given the weather currently. But we'll get to that in a second. Yes, indeed, folks, it's a super simple premise. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to try out some food and or drink items. I'm going to consume said items. Then I'm going to use the energy that I have taken from the items. And I'm going to go over there and I'm going to explain all about the items. The taste, the feel, the sensation, the whole thing. It's going to be magical, folks. Just believe me. Go with me on this. Might start out a little bit of a slow burn, but we're going to get there, okay? It's like a Grateful Dead concert, right? I don't know. I've never been to a Grateful Dead concert. I have no intention of going to a Grateful Dead concert. They're on their final tour, aren't they? I think so. And now they're like Dead and Company because like Jerry Garcia's been dead for a long time. Anyway, it doesn't have anything to do with anything. But I'm inside the truck wearing my grody work clothes. Typically, when those two things coincide, that means that I was on my way home from work. I found some shit to review, and that is the case today. In fact, this is something I'd been kind of hoping to spot. I finally did. So, what am I trying for y'all today, folks? And why is it inappropriate for the weather? Well, folks, I didn't mean to do that, but boom! We're doing Mountain Dew. Oh. Let's get a thing. Oh. No, that's not great. That's... yeah, sure, why not? It's Mountain Dew Summer Freeze. It is due with a blast of summer Americana, which is a sentence that doesn't make any sense. Just doesn't. But yes, it's Rocket Pop flavored Mountain Dew. That's what it is. If you're not familiar with Rocket Pops, they're popsicle. They got red, white, and blue. America. There are 3 different flavors. I think it's like blue raspberry, lemon and or lime, and then like cherry. For whatever reason, folks, they must have cracked the code in like the last 2 years, because all of a sudden there's been all these Rocket Pop flavored things. Faygo did it. There's been a number of energy drinks that have done it. What was the one I did recently? Ghost. Ghost has an exclusive flavor. I haven't put that video up yet, but it's called Phase Pop. Rocket Pop is like a trademark thing, so they have to call it Summer Freeze instead of just Rocket Pop. But anyway, it's very blue. This is basically their, I'm guessing, but I'm pretty sure I'm right. I'm thinking that this is basically going to be their supplement, because usually around this time, 4th of July kind of is coming up, they'll either do like the Liberty Brew or the Dew SA. And I reviewed at least one of those on this channel. But I think this is going to be their equivalent this year. If you're interested, I have an entire playlist called Mountain Dew Madness, where I just talk about Mountain Dew shit. So anyway, let's drink a thing. Yeah, it just smells like Voltage. Or maybe, what's the shark one from Walmart? I can't think of the name of it. But, yeah. Okay. I mean, it's not bad. I don't mind it as a Mountain Dew, first and foremost, because at the end of the day, regardless of anything, it's whether or not I enjoy it, it's fine. It's a very sort of berry-tasting Mountain Dew. I'm not getting a lot in the way of a Rocket Pop flavor. Like, it's... going back to what I was saying, it's kind of along the lines of, like, Voltage. There's more to it. I'll say that. There is definitely a certain level of complexity to it. But it's not as standout. Because the thing is, if you're going to do like a Rocket Pop flavored drink, there's basically one of two ways you can make it happen. You can either try to go over there and make it taste like all of the flavors mixed together, or conversely, you can go over there and try to have it be a thing where as you're drinking it, it almost sort of changes flavor. You get different flavor notes as you're drinking it. This one, I think, is trying to kind of do a little bit of both. Because, like, I can definitely taste a certain separation of flavor, but it's not prominent enough. And so I think they were trying to sort of have it be more of a blended flavor, but I don't know, man. To me, it's mostly just tasting sort of berry-ish. Like, there's a little something there, but like, there's a hit of cherry. I'll say that. There's a hit of cherry. Mostly I'm just getting cherry and berry. The problem is that, like, without that lime or that lemon to sort of go over there and, you know, give it that nice citrus hit, it doesn't really come through as like a Rocket Pop flavor to me. And like I did, Faygo, I think, was the first one that I ran into that had a Rocket Pop flavor. And I actually did a review for that. And that one actually was one of the ones that tasted the most like it. This one, yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, it's not a bad flavor. I enjoy it for what it is, but like I enjoy it for what it is for basically the same reasons that I enjoy, you know, like Voltage for what it is. Voltage is good. See, it's a good flavor of Mountain Dew. It's why it's stuck around as long as it has. This one, yeah, I just don't feel like it's doing enough. And the thing is that they already did a blend of red, white, and blue with the Dew SA. If you're not familiar, Dew SA is literally, it's just a blend of Code Red, Voltage, and Whiteout. So red, white, and blue. So you already kind of had something similar to this already. And so if this was really going to work for me properly, I really needed it to taste like a Rocket Pop. And it's not jumping out at me. Like, if I didn't know what it's supposed to be, I wouldn't go for Rocket Pop. Like, I'm struggling to really kind of make it work in my head with my taste buds. And like I said, I do think there's a little bit of something there to it, but it's just nowhere near evocative enough for me. But otherwise, I mean, like I said, it's a good Mountain Dew. It kind of just tastes like Voltage with a little bit of a hint of cherry. That's a good thing. I like cherry, so now do I like this more than Voltage? I don't know if I'd say that, but I don't know that I wouldn't say that. I'd have to sort of live with it for longer. But I mean, overall, it's, at the end of the day, regardless of what it's supposed to taste like versus what it tastes like, it's good. It's Mountain Dew. It does a good job of being a tasty Mountain Dew. But two questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? Yes, and kinda. I would get this again because, if nothing else, I'd be interested, just for my own personal, you know, thoughts and theories and such, I'd be interested to see if I do grow accustomed to it more, if, you know, that flavor starts to come out more, because there's definitely been times when I've tried something once and wasn't that partial to it, and then just over time, you know, through giving it more opportunities, I actually learned to like it quite a bit. Now, in this case, I already like it. I'm just wondering if I'll eventually get more of a Rocket Pop flavor, but I don't think I will. Excuse me, but I'd at least be willing to try it again. As for recommending it, I'd say just depending on your expectations. Do I personally think it tastes a lot like a Rocket Pop? No. But you might. Maybe, you know, I haven't had a Rocket Pop in quite a while. But I've had Rocket Pop flavored things pretty, you know, like literally one was just a few days ago when I did the Phase Pop for Ghost. You know, so maybe it'll be more evocative for you. Maybe you'll get that blast of summer Americana. But just like I said, I just go into it with reasonable expectations. Anyway, folks, that's going to do it for me on this one. 5 things before I get out of here. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of the week, monumental rest of the month, stupendous rest of your folks. You can go over there and have yourselves a truly Americana rest of your life. Because, I mean, you know, that's a term. Sure. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity in your world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do if you can't do it all the time? I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, that's not always the easiest thing to do in the world. Trust me. I wish it was. Even with a blast of Americana. I like Mountain Dew. I appreciate the audacity that they have sometimes. This might be a little bit too far even for me. But when we find ourselves in situations that are stressful and frustrating, let's call them asshole-inducing situations. It's important we go over there, take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, maybe you're going to go over there and you're going to do the do. That was like a slogan they had, I think, in the 90s. I want to say I remember that being a thing. Maybe you're going to go over there. Maybe you're going to do the do. And maybe it's going to be so radical that it's going to go over there and it's going to warp you back to a time of summer Americana. When, you know, you were a little lad or lass or, you know, whatever your particular pronoun might be. And, you know, times were simpler and, you know, hopefully better. I mean, the reality is for a lot of people they weren't. But hopefully they were for you. And maybe you go over there and you're being a little kid and you're over there, you're waiting for that, the ice cream guy to come by in the summer so you can get yourself a Rocket Pop. Or, conversely, you could do like I did, because I was way cooler than that, and you get yourself the Great White Shark Popsicle, because that was the coolest popsicle. Bye!